All right, what's up, guys? This is Erick from Erick and Nicole. I'm sitting here with Dr. Issa. I want to have a conversation and get this on tape. I think this is a man that everybody should get a chance to know. You know, he's a lot of important information in his brain. Hopefully, we'll be able to extract some of that on today with this episode. Okay, so let's go.
It's been 400 years of slavery and oppression. The shackles are broken, and we've learned our lesson. Leaving the land of the free and the home of the brave. Dry bones in the valley, coming out of the grave. Hey, I'm going home.
All right, guys, we're here at the Soul Food Joint, man, on a beautiful day. I hope you can see that beautiful ocean in the background and how beautiful this beach is, man. What's also beautiful is that I'm sitting next to a brother who is from the U.S., but he is a professor. And I love to see black people achieve high levels of education, do major things in the world and change the world. So how you doing, Dr. Issa?
Hey man, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm wonderful, man. Thanks for asking, man. I'm just gonna dive in. I did prepare some questions, man, but there's so much I want to know, and so much that I think will be beneficial to the audience. So we just gonna flow if you don't mind, man.
Hey, let's do it, man. right. All these beautiful waves on the coast of West Africa. Hey.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, man. First of all, just for the purpose of establishing some kind of background on who you are, tell us, who is Dr. Issa?
Just a brother, father, an educator. Love to travel, particularly around Africa. I love going to all ancient places that have made a powerful impact on humanity.
Wow. Well, tell us a little bit about your background, man. How did you become a doctor? What events in your life led to you, achieving that level of education in the particular field that you chose to go in?
That's a good question. I don't think anybody ever asked me that. When I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, St. Louis County.
Okay.
I grew up in an area, I don't know if y'all remember the whole Ferguson
Yes.
protest. I grew up in that region of
Wow.
St. Louis, in between Ferguson and University City. But there was an episode in middle school where we were doing a historical project.
Okay.
Where like we were playing like Monopoly, but it was based off of the crash of 1932, the United States stock market crash of
Wow.
in the 1920s actually, early 30s, was brought about a serious economic depression, and I had more money than anybody in the class.
Wow.
But when it crashed, I lost everything.
Wow.
And I think that's what really brought me into history.
Wow.
That is what brought me into history.
Okay.
And so from there, I became very interested in historical events.
Now, what degrees do you currently hold?
Okay, I have a bachelor's in U.S. history and
Okay.
African American studies. I did that at Texas Southern University
Okay.
out of Houston, Texas. And then I did my master's at Southern University in an area called social sciences. It's like a concentration of various fields.
Sure.
And then I did my doctoral work, my PhD at Howard University
Wow.
in U.S. history and the African diaspora. That's a study of African people, both ancient and modern, and their relationship to Africa. All right, so we look at like the slave trade, various migrations and things like that.
Okay. So pretty much you know and have a grasp on where our people originated from. I would assume that you have knowledge of a lot of things that those that are in America who are African American, so to speak, never get to really dive into because of the way things are structured there.
Yeah. You know, it's a lifetime of work, you know, and training. And so, and then we were just having this conversation on the age of social media. Sometimes I feel irrelevant because everybody is an expert.
Yeah. Well,
And so, you know, it's kind of really, you know, but no, I teach at a small college in New York. I've been fortunate to be able to do that and teach online and be here. So I guess my training is relevant.
it's very relevant, man. I think you're being modest.
Yeah,
by
I'm
making the
trying to be,
statements
but
that-
there's a lot of information out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot more information than we've ever seen in humanity. People have access to information. Now.
I
You
think
can't deny that.
I think what's equally important as the information is doing the study and linking up that information to confirm what is going to be accepted as truth versus myth. You know, because there's a lot of information out there that's myth. There's a lot of regurgitated information that nobody has researched and nobody has receipts for, but maybe somebody that they admire said, and they're just regurgitating what was heard. So I think it's important to have the kind of background that you have, because that's what makes what you say about what you say valuable, right? And that to me, you know, in definition, is somebody who's an authority. You know, you are an authority based on being able to prove that what you say is true.
Yeah, well, I was influenced, you know, coming up out of the 90s, 80s and the 90s. There was a movement all over the U.S. called the African-centered movement. We saw it in hip-hop.
The African-centered movement. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Some people call it the Afrocentric movement.
Okay.
And then you have some people even call them Hoteppers.
Hoteppers. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Those are people who study ancient Egypt and they put that above anything, as they should, because ancient Egypt is humanity's oldest form of recorded civilization. And the receipts are still there.
Yeah.
And see
Your
what they
receipts are
did.
in hieroglyphics. you know?
Right, pyramids, you go to the Sudan, you see the metal netta, the scripts, you see the all of that. But yeah, I was fortunate enough to have, while I was in college, undergrad and masters, to have met a lot of great thinkers. I spent time with Dr. Yusuf bin Yakin.
I'm familiar with him.
He was a famous Egyptologist. He was actually from Ethiopia by way of Puerto Rico. I spent time with Dr. John Henry Clark.
Okay. Wow.
Got to sit down with him on many
I know that was an amazing
occasions.
experience.
Oh yeah. In fact, when I met Dr. Yusuf bin Yakin, I met him when I was at Texas Southern University through a well-known abstract artist out of Houston. And he said, "Do you want to meet this great man in class?" And I said, "Sure." And I went there and I was given a scholarship to go to Egypt. This is in the early 90s from that meeting. And I took that money and bought a ticket my first trip all by myself.
Wow.
And I went up to Egypt. I went by myself, took a train up and down Lanao, got on the boat, spent about 2 months there. And
How was that experience, man?
oh man, in hindsight, it was extremely powerful.
Let me ask you this: that first visit, you know, for so long, do you think that was the most impactful visit? Because I know you visited more than one time.
Yeah, it was impactful because at that time I had I had this book that Dr. Ben wrote. He gave me this book. It was called From Abu Simba to Giza.
Okay, from Abu Simba to Giza.
Abu Simba, which is it's a holy shrine in the southern part of Egypt. It's a colossal shrine made of I think Ramesses II and his wife, Thutmose II, something like that. But I can't remember.